Hi guys, today let's talk about how women use men and play with them in dating and relationships. So a lot of guys usually wonder why they never got a response to their text or call after they went out on a great date with a woman they liked. Sometimes they go out and have fun after the girl initiated the conversation with the guy to show her interest before he does, and even then, she doesn't show any interest in him afterward. Other times it's the other way around and they end up on a date. Great, everything goes smooth, they hang out, chill or do whatever makes sense for them, but the girl ends up ghosting the guy. Guys, I want you to understand that if something like this happens, know that it's in women's nature to do this. Women just can't tell someone that they've been playing around because then word gets out and people know what she's been up to. Most of the times, a girl will just flirt with you because she wants to have her fun. She'll go out on a date with you to her favorite restaurant where you buy her favorite meal, get her the best drinks, and then go to your place or hers for some good time, if you know what I mean. But then she'll just ignore you and you'll keep thinking what happened. Know this, women now have so many options, and it's because of that. They don't respect guys enough to be honest with them. The women that you slept with, had a great time with for 1 month, will ghost you because she also needs to lock the deal with this other guy who was chasing her since the last 6 months. So women can just completely ignore you or come up with some dumb story why she couldn't get back to you. Gentlemen, please do not let women do this to you. Do not give them so much attention that they start thinking of you as just an option in a list that she can tick whenever she pleases. If a woman doesn't respond to you, you make sure that you completely ignore her and move on. That's the best way to handle this. Eventually, she'll come around because she didn't get your desperate attention and validation. When that happens, you completely ignore her, and if she persists, let her know you're seeing someone else because she never gave you any importance for you to believe that you needed to keep chasing her. Seriously, guys, just stop chasing women. Stop getting them more than their earned validation. They need to be told by guys, collectively, that we're not toys for you to play with whenever you please. We're hardworking, purpose-driven men, and the only thing we're chasing is success. Women are not on the priority list. Your whole game could be the best in the world. You can meticulously plan and spend a large amount of money on your date and be the perfect man for her, and she will still choose to ignore you, guaranteed. This is because she has so many other options that she can never decide who she wants to keep dating or give enough respect to properly end it with if she isn't interested. So it comes to this that guys have no other choice except to stand firm on their principles, be driven by a purpose, and not let women try to destroy the balance that you're trying to create in your life just because they can have their fun. And know this, women who are jumping to man will soon be in their mid to late 30s and realize they cannot keep doing this because soon enough, guys won't be chasing them anymore. And that's when they'll start to hunt down blue pill beta males that they can ensnare and marry. But men are now waking up to the games women play, and it will be very tough for women to find a guy that they like. So the joke's on them. First, they use guys for their own fun and games throughout their 20s and early 30s, and then when they realize they can't do that anymore because guys aren't jumping buildings to be with them, they suddenly change their stance and realize most guys are not interested in settling down with a woman who's been on a schlong carousel for the last decade. I remember once a friend of mine told me a story about this girl he dated back in the day. So they went out, slept together, were dating for a couple of months until one night, she and my friend had some drinks and were having fun. And then she tells him that she's going back to her place to get her overnight stuff like clothes, and then she'll be back in a bit. My friend waited up for most of the night, and she never came back. He tried contacting her, but she didn't respond. She didn't even get in touch to say that she can't make it, or that she'll come tomorrow or whatever. They eventually met a couple of days after, and that's when the girl says that her ex-boyfriend came to her place. She had to call the police to get him out and everything. Basically just BS. So my friend, the alpha that he is, then taught her a lesson. He asked her to meet him in the city after some time and told her to wait at a particular spot for him. She called and let him know she was there. He kept telling her he's on his way and that he'll be there in the next 10 minutes. And after every 10 minutes, she'd call and ask when he's going to arrive, and he kept stalling her for like an hour. After that, he tells her that she's not on the right side of town and she needs to get to the other side. She eventually had to travel for a good 2 hours again, and when she finally arrived to the other spot, he stopped responding to her. He had actually told her that he was going to give her some money to buy a really sexy outfit because he needed her to look good in front of his friends at a party he was going to take her to. So he stopped responding and turned off his phone. A couple of days later, when she called him, he told her that an ex-girlfriend had come to him and he had to call the police to get her out of the house and everything. The same old BS story she had used on him. The point I'm trying to make isn't that you start getting back to all the women who use you. It's that you need to be aware of all these tactics that women use on men all the time. And it's such a waste of time when it happens. That time can be spent in the gym working out, working your job, improving yourself in some other way. Women don't realize this, so it's up to you guys to make sure you are committed to your future and that you don't have time to play games women play with you. Let them try to play with you next time, and make sure you let them know you're not someone who has time or resources to waste on these childish games and tests all the time. You've got a life to live and a life to build. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in.